Hello friends and welcome to the next tutorial. Today we shall make some interactions between our items and also I will show you the items in my inventory menu are pretty neat because they are here as 3D objects. They are pretty neat. So, how to do that? Firstly, I have already created these for all the other items except for the key. So let's create that. So we will be creating a render texture. So this will be the, let's name it similarly, cam key. Yes. When you attach a render texture to a camera, what the camera sees is rendered into the render texture. So basically, have your items and add the render textures to your items. So let's create the key. Let's name it cell key because there might be other keys. Let's give it that render texture. I have this separate folder here for all the items. So let's just have the cameras here. Let's duplicate the last camera here because it's in the perfect angle. It's in the perfect angle. And this will be the key. No, camera key. Yes. Let's move it there. And what you should do actually for all of your cameras that show the items, have the cooling mask, remove everything from that, and then we should create, let's select one of our items for the layer. Create a new layer for your item. So let's create it here. Inventory items. Now we can add this layer to all of our items here. Change children. And yes. Then in the camera, you will find under output, the output texture. So this we will have to change to our cam key. And then in your cameras, change the cooling mask to inventory items. So they will only show those. Because if you have complicated scenes and you can see stuff everywhere, just these cameras need to be in the scene for this to work. So to make sure they don't show anything else but the items, you need to do that. Position your item accordingly. And then what I just did is change the shader to unlit shader. Then add it to the key. And then it will not be taking into account any lighting in the scene. And what else I have for my items? They have this rotator script, which I also should remember to add to the folder if it's not there already. Remove the mesh collider, we don't need that. Then paste. Hold on, I need to do it here. Paste component as new. I just have it rotating on y-axis on the camera. I will add this item to carry on start just to see that if it works and if it's positioned correctly. Yeah, there we go. That's the key. I think it looks fine. For this, you would want to have the origin point for your objects rotating like this in the center, so it will be easier to shoot, so they don't like roll out of the view of this box here. But yeah, that's how that works. Just using render textures, and then what you should do to show this also in your other scenes. Make this into a prefab by dragging it to your asset folder. Then you could just go and edit it from this inside of this. And then just make sure this prefab is in every scene that you can interact with your inventory items. So now that's done. Let's do those interactions for our items, and we need to create those combinations for the items. So there are these combine interactions at the very bottom of the inventory panel. So add combine event. And when the nail is combined with pliers, we create a new action list. It will be created into your asset folders because this needs to be in here because it's global. And then just in here, we will go inventory. We could use the replace function for the, so we don't need to separately remove and add something. So we replace item to remove, that would be nail, and then to add would be the bent nail. So I think that's everything that needs to happen with that one. Does it work both ways? Do I need to put the pliers on the key, on the, hold on. I actually want to remove the bent nail from carry on start first, so it isn't shown. Then we go into play mode. Let's see. Go to pliers, click, select pliers, and click on nail, and it changes into bent nail. So yeah, it works like that. Let's try it the other way. I think I want it to work both ways. Yeah, that does nothing. So we need to add that interaction to both of them. I think that makes sense. So combine event, and plier has the nail, and this would have the same action list. And let's try that. So we click the nail and go on pliers, and it changes the nail to bent nail. We could also add some sound effect, but we don't currently have those yet. I think I'm gonna do a single video for just audio, so we can handle all of those separately then. But yeah, let's now remove everything from carry on start, because we don't need to be testing these things anymore. And then we have the copper wire and the bent nail. So this will be a little bit different, not by a lot, but let's create a new action list for the wire, for the combine interaction. And then here, inventory, we can replace, let's say, the remove the bent nail and add the improvised fishing line. That's what we are using as the name for this. And also we need to do another, because two objects need to be removed. So we just remove the copper wire here. So the wire and the nail are removed. We are just replacing that with the improvised fishing line. So I think that's good. And then we just need to add this. It is in the copper wire, so it needs to also be in the bent nail combine event, and add the same to that. So that should work. That. And then in the metal grate hotspot, open the hotspot here, and it only has the use interaction. We will add an inventory interaction when we are using the improvised fishing line on it. There will be a different interaction. So let's create that interaction. It will be created here. So we need to first go object visibility, add your nail hook thing there, affect children, and they are set to visible. So then we can see this. And then let's see how we will be doing this. We want to move this upwards. Then we have to do object transform, and this object that will be moved has to be movable. Add it there, translate. So I think it's actually easier to use 2, so we can just copy, paste the other 2 values. Then when we move this up, we can see what this value is going to be. Just make sure it goes back and then do that. Transition time, I'm not sure, it's something. And this needs to be done on the key also. So movable. Let's see how well I can actually do this, because it needs to like rotate and then go up. It's not the perfect thing. But yeah, after that's, hold on, we should actually probably the inventory remove, or I mean, yeah, let's remove the nail hook first. Eli improvised fishing line. Remove that. And when everything is finished, just at a, maybe add just a little bit of weight here, and then we add the cell key, and we will be object visibility. Or we could also just teleport both of these, the nail hook to off-screen marker, and also the cell key. If we don't want to disable this entire hotspot, we can change what it says. So what we should do in that situation when we just want to change what it says, we will do a local variable here. This will be the got key, let's say. It will be turned to true, and then the metal grade use has a new thing, which is variable check local got key out front, and if it's false, it has the old text here, and then there was nothing else in the brain. Maybe do that. Okay, I think it should work. I do want to see the scene window at the same time as we try this out, so we can have both of them visible here. So I just want to see how it looks, the key, when it comes up from there. So let's move that out of the way, grab the pliers, let's throw that at the lamp. It comes down, we actually need to remove the light also there. We have the copper wire, and then the nail is a bit difficult. That's fine. Now we have these. The menu is distorted because we are in this tiny screen, but we can use the pliers on the nail. We have the bent nail. We use the bent nail on the copper wire. We didn't add it correctly. Copper wire and bent nail. It isn't working. Let's see what's going on. Inventory, bent nail. Oh, I had the wrong item here as the combine interaction. So bent nail needs to have copper wire, and copper wire needs to have bent nail. Yeah, that should fix it. That was just my fault entirely. So let's do that again. Throw the brick at the lamp. I missed. That's fun. Did it? Actually, no, it was not hitting. We can also do that, and then it flies around somewhere. Get that. Then get the nail. Try that again. pliers on the nail, bent nail, and then it works as it should. Okay, let's look at the key there. Okay, yeah, no. I think that's close enough for now. If you want to do the exact same thing I am, you can copy these values. The nail hook is transition time is 2, cell key rotation is 1, translation 0.8, then another translation to 1.2. And then there's just 1 second wait, and we add the key to our inventory. So that works fine. There was this little item glint thing that I would like to do so we can actually see where our interactables are aside from just the highlight. So if I add the cell key as the metal crate's child, it should also highlight. And I press the button, the highlight button, which is F for us. So we can see it also highlighting down there. Okay, for the item glint, let's see if I can quickly do this kind of thing. Hold on. Okay, I have this little glint particle effect thing here. It's supposed to show the items here. Indicating that there's an item to be picked. I think you can just about see it from here. I made it a prefab, and then I will add that to the nail, the pliers, and the lamp here. So let's just keep it for the copper wire thing, I suppose, because it's a lootable object. I think those are the things that we want for these items. Okay, make sure the glint particles are actually attached to the objects that we are grabbing, because we want them to disappear at the same time as we loot those items. And for the key, it needs to disappear before, because yes, it's just here at the beginning of the interaction. We want to teleport the glint particle attached to the key to off-screen marker. So let's see how these work. Let's go to maximized screen so we can more easily see what's going on in our scene. Okay, our cursor is way too big. Yeah, we can see the glint down there now. It's just a simple little star. I think it's pretty nice. It shows the items that can be looted. I think the nail now too is a bit better, but easier to loot from the stool here. Okay. Fires. Throw the brick. Bonk. Then it is here. Grab that. Then we actually have that already, but let's just do the thing here now. Bent nail didn't disappear because we already have this. I think that's the problem with that. Okay, do the thing on the metal crate. The glint disappears and we can see the key coming up. Disappeared. There was nothing else in the train, and we have the cell key. Now what's next is to use the key on the door here so we can get forward in our little game here. But I think this is another long enough tutorial. It's quite, well, it's not that complicated. We just have to do a lot of things with all the combinations, and I created the glints and set up the cameras and everything there. But yeah, I am gonna share these scripts, rotator script and the item clint for you to use if you want to use them. I didn't show the material, it is just has some emission in it. I think it's pretty simple. I'm not even sure if I really need to have the blending mode there as that. It's just fine, like so. And we have that. Yeah, it's pretty nice with a bit of emission to it. It's just 1.4, I guess. Yeah. That's fine. Okay, we shall continue making this in the next tutorial. Then next we will be getting through these doors, I suppose. And I might add some new items here in this little space here because it's quite empty at the moment. Just to have some more things to interact with. Yes, so that's it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching.